All right, everyone, welcome back. We're doing the watch along for Kenneth Sims Jr. versus Arnold Barboza Jr. If there is any problems with audio or visual, please let us know in the chat. Feel free to engage in the chat. Let us know who you think is going to win this fight. Had some good fights already on this card. Oscar Collazo beating Haro, Gabriela Fendora stopping Vivian Ruiz Corridor. We also saw that good fight between Jojo Diaz and Alexis Rocha Jr. Rocha Jr. getting the victory in that one as well, quite comfortably in the end. All right, we're about to get started. Just doing the intros now. For me, I think if Barboza Jr. adjusts to this weight, like I think he will, I do believe he beats Kenneth Sims Jr., but I don't think it'll be easy. I wasn't impressed at all with Barboza Jr.'s activity. That was probably the biggest thing against Teofimo Lopez. We know how good Teofimo Lopez is, but I just expected Arnold Barboza Jr. to, for lack of other words, try a little bit harder, put in a little bit more effort during that fight. I thought it was a little lackluster in the end, and I did expect a little bit more of a showing from him. Like I said, it's no easy task beating Teofimo Lopez, but I expected a bit more effort. Um, what do you guys think of Oscar Collazo versus Haro? I thought it was premature that Haro threw in the towel. To be honest with you, I thought he could still give a bit more. I know he was losing the fight, and he was probably going to go on and lose that fight, but biggest fight of your life, and you pull it, I think, a little bit early. All right, we're getting started here. Let me know in the chat who you guys think is going to win. Like I said, I think Arnold Barboza is going to win it, but I don't think he stops Kenneth Sims. I think this goes a very competitive decision, but a decision in favor of Arnold Barboza. All right, round one, here we go. Oh, good start there by Arnold Barboza. If Barboza can carry a little bit more power at this weight and feel a little bit more comfortable, because he already looks like he's filled out very well here compared to super lightweight, he will become a much better fighter. Like whether that Teofimo Lopez was a reflection of a weight problem, I'm not sure. I never thought of him as a big super lightweighter. I mean, he wasn't a small super lightweighter, but I don't think of him as massive super lightweighter. If that was the reason for such a poor performance, it should reflect in this performance today. I mean, we see it all the time. People when they move up and fight the weight that they should be, a much better performance. I mean, he looks much better than what Jojo Diaz did moving up today. So that's already a start. Kenneth Sims being able to hold down the middle of the ring. Good lead jab there by Kenneth Sims. I think Arnold Barboza needs to just work out the southpaw and then start doing his own damage. Missed a right hook there, Kenneth Sims. This fight is so important for both of these guys because Arnold Barboza, that was his first loss against Teofimo Lopez, but he can't back it up with a loss to Kenneth Sims Jr. I mean, we know what he's been up to lately. He needs this win badly as well. Arnold Barboza gets, I guess, the glory of saying, "Well, I've moved up a division, so that's a bit of an excuse." But for me, he needs to come in and needs to assert dominance and win the fight. Very close first round. I think I'd probably just nudge it to Kenneth Sims, but each time that they've interacted, they've both been able to land their shots. I think Kenneth Sims just had a little bit more ring control and doing a bit better with that jab, but I wouldn't just say he won it by a landslide. I mean, if you're doing 10-10 rounds, that's probably a 10-10 round. I don't like doing rounds. They're doing. I just want to see that activity. Arnold Barboza Jr. is such a good fighter when he's been active and he's throwing punches. Not what we saw against Teofimo Lopez. Like I said, I know how hard it is to hit Lopez, but all right, round two. Oop, I started the time. Apologies. All right, we started a bit quicker here in round two than we did in round one. I think Arnold Barboza is just trying to work out this southpaw stance, but good work there by Arnold Barboza. A good left hook to the body. Oh, it's getting messy here in the clinch. Both doing a bit of dog shot in there. Kenneth Sims still being able to hold down the middle of the ring, still backing up Arnold Barboza. I think Arnold Barboza needs to make sure he can get on that front foot and push Kenneth Sims back because in a fight like this, that I expect it to be so competitive, so close, both of them landing their shots, the person pressing the action, the person on the front foot, the person commanding the ring is going to win those rounds. And I don't believe Arnold Barboza Jr. knocks out Kenneth Sims. Like I said, I believe Arnold Barboza Jr. wins this fight by a decision, but he needs to gain control of the fight, gain control of the ring. Don't let Kenneth Sims be the one always continuously pressing the action with those jabs. Good counters, though, by Arnold Barboza on the back foot. Kenneth Sims throwing the jab, but he's not really following it up with any sort of combinations. It's just continuous left jabs walk him down. And Barboza Jr., when he's getting Kenneth Sims close enough, he's able to counter it and pivot off that right foot. See there again. I would say Barboza does look better at this weight. Good right hook there from Kenneth Sims, but a right hook back from Arnold Barboza, both ripping to the body. The jab looks good from Kenneth Sims. I think he needs to back it up with something other than just continuous single one out jabs. He needs to throw a 1-2, a 1-2-3, something in there along with that jab, because you throw that jab out all day and Barboza looks very comfortable in countering it he's looking for it every single time. That left jab comes in from Kenneth Sims, and that right hand comes straight over the top by Arnold Barboza, followed by a left to the body or to the head. So Kenneth Sims needs to parry this left jab up with another punch, because he's got that ring control. He's holding the middle. He's pressing Arnold Barboza back, but needs to just parry it up a little bit more. I'm going to give that round though to Barboza. I think he did the better work there, but a close start to this fight. I knew it would be. I thought people saying this fight's going to end in a knockout by one of the guys. I was surprised. I didn't think either of these guys was going to have the power or the opportunity really to land a big enough shot to knock each other out. Barboza looks like he's filled out very well at this weight. So with that, a beautiful left hook to the body. He can land that a little bit more to the side of Kenneth Sims, get him a little bit more round. That hits him in the abs. It needs to be closer to the side. Get it onto that liver. It's gonna do some damage. Arnold Barboza looks very, very comfortable being able to counter this continuous jab by Kenneth Sims, because he's not backing it up with anything. He's just front foot, left jab, and every single time Barboza Jr. is just leaning back and countering it, because he's not even landing the jab. He's not even snapping his head back. He's not getting close enough. Does better though from Kenneth Sims, a counter left hook to the body. Barboza very comfortable with his back to the ropes, not up against it, but circulating the ring, keeping Kenneth Sims just throwing that jab and countering it very, very well. Good jab there by Barboza, Kenneth Sims' head. Kenneth Sims, he's walking him down, but he's not following it up with any activity. No jabs to the body. Few jabs to the head, most of them are missing, and that right hand's staying stationary. He's not even feinting it. So he's going to have a tough time closing this ring off and making this a close fight if he keeps this up, because Barboza is very comfortable on the back foot, countering the jab and circulate the ring. That's all he needs to do. Barboza's not going to come out here and try and blast your head off. He's going to win this fight via points. And the way he's going so far, I gave him the last round. I gave Kenneth Sims the first one, though the first one was not much of a round to the score, in all honesty. But I failed to start the clock. Apologies, guys. I got to get better with that. There's only second watch along, so we will get better. Good right there from Kenneth Sims to the body, though. I think that body work's important from Kenneth Sims. Not only is it because it's an easier target to hit when the opponent's moving, but it's going to stop that movement from Arnold Barboza the longer this fight goes on. Barboza is untested at welterweight. We're not going to know how he takes these shots from Kenneth Sims. We're not going to know how his body's going to, climatize to this division. So, although talking about climatizing, having Abel Sanchez in your corner now. Oh, great left hook there by Kenneth Sims. Good jabs there by Barboza. Another close round. I think that one was probably Kenneth Sims' best round so far. I'm not sure whether I would give it to him. It was a close round though. Let us know what you guys think. I think I'm going to give it to Barboza, but that was a close round. Highlights here. Good left to the body by Barboza. and he's able to get out of the pocket. Barboza's been able to land two nice left hooks to the body of Kenneth Sims. If he keeps landing those shots, not sure how many Kenneth Sims is going to be able to take because he's already grimacing at the early ones. All right, round 4. Oh, not quite. It is a very close fight. I will say. I think Kenneth Sims been able to hold down the middle of the ring. He just needs to land a few more shots. Let those hands fly. I don't know what he's waiting around for. It's not as though you really worry about big power coming back from Arnold Barboza. So let those hands fly. Kenneth Sims needs to make this messier. Needs to get in closer. That's better by Kenneth Sims. Getting closer. A 1-2 to the body from Kenneth Sims as well. Right hook over the top gets blocked by Arnold Barboza. Barboza's bodywork is so good in this fight. Another left hook from Barboza. And it's his best punch so far in this fight, is that continuous left hook to the body of Kenneth Sims. Sims just, he looks scared of what's coming back, and I'm not sure why. He's not letting his hands fly, especially the right hand. He's just been stationary this whole entire fight. I'd love to see Kenneth Sims rip one of these rights to the body of Arnold Barboza, even just to get the hands down a little bit. Stop the movement. Because this round, another round's gone by here. Neither fighter has done a lot, but you'd say Arnold Barboza has done the better. And the problem with this fight is that's a very, very good way of losing this fight without taking much damage and really having nothing to show for the night because you didn't hurt your opponent. You didn't really throw a punch that could hurt him. The jab's out there, but he's not following it up with anything. And it's another round that Arnold Barboza hasn't really risked much on the back foot to land some good counters. The crowd aren't happy. If you're not watching, the crowd were booing the last sort of bit of that round. They're expecting a little bit more activity from Kenneth Sims. I think Arnold Barboza is what I expect to see from him. Expect him to go in all guns blazing and take his head off. What do you guys think of the earlier fights today? I will be making a full reaction video following this watch along that'll sort of wrap everything up. But this morning, Anthony Kakache beating Jazza Dickens. You know what, Jazza Dickens, you got to feel bad for that guy. Well, you do and you don't. He's going to go down as one of those few people that became a world champion without actually winning a world title fight. Like he gets promoted to a full champion and then loses his first title defense. So he'll be a world champion that has never won a world title fight, which I think is it's kind of hilarious to be honest with you. But in another way, I don't think it's a great look for the sport. Round 5, here we go. Hopefully, we can get a little bit. Oh, big overwrite from Kenneth Sims. He needs to come out. He needs to show something because he could very easily be down 4 rounds so far. Kenneth Sims coming out here showing something. Oh, great 6 or 7 combination there by Arnold Barboza. All of them blocked, but it's that activity, right? It's good counter there from Barboza. Low blow by Kenneth Sims. Like, it could be very easily 4-0 Arnold Barboza Jr. I haven't seen anything so far that would say to me that Kenneth Sims getting closer or that he's going to land a knockout blow. So let another 2 rounds go past, and all of a sudden you can't win this fight. Like, Arnold Barboza is not dominating these rounds by any means necessary, and depending on what the judges are looking for, because I've seen some stupid decisions in my life. If they're just going off the fact that Kenneth Sim is on the front foot, that he's pressing the action, yeah, he might have snatched 1 or 2 rounds. But for me, I think the work from Arnold Barboza is on the back foot. He's landing the count. He's landing the biggest shots, especially this body work. Right, they're the damaging shots. Right, good right hand there from Kenneth Sims to the body, and just to slow the movement from Arnold Barboza. But Arnold Barboza, I mean, looking so much better than what he did against Teofimo Lopez. I don't know what happened on that night, but even tonight, the activity, and that's the thing that I always said about that Teofimo Lopez. Look at that, a three-piece combination there with finishing it off with a left hook to the body. That's been the best shot all night so far for Arnold Barboza, and eventually you can't stand there all night and take those liver shots. And Barboza is sitting down on him. And even if you can take him, eventually those elbows are going to drop and that head's going to open up. Ooh, great exchange there. Once again, Barboza landing the bigger shot, a left hook to the head. Right uppercut there as well, got through from Barboza. Kenneth Sims, he's just this he's not offering anything, right? To be honest, it's actually quite sad from Kenneth Sims so far what I've seen, because you're on the front foot. You've got that jab working, but you're not following it up with fuck all. Good right hand there by Arnold Barboza. 15 seconds left to this round. And it's another round that I don't see how you can give it to Kenneth Sims. I just don't see how you could give it to Kenneth Sims at the end of this round. Heading now into the 6th round. And it could very easily be 5-0. I gave Kenneth Sims the first round because realistically, I didn't think either of them did much at all. What do you guys think in the chat? All right, round 6 is getting underway. Sims is at most won 1 round, and maybe that is charitable, giving him the first round of the fight, because not a lot went down. But you lose this round now. If you're Kenneth Sims, you're really looking down the barrel of, I can't actually win this fight. The best I can get is a draw. Like, Barboza ain't even doing anything spectacular. Like, this is not the most breathtaking fight to commentate on. There's really not a lot happening, but I think that's more reliant on what Kenneth Sims is offering, because Barboza's game plan is obvious. It's counter punching. It's staying on the back foot, waiting for Kenneth Sims to come in. But Kenneth Sims, you've got the front foot. You're jabbing, but you're really not following it up with anything. You're not throwing anything that's surprising Barboza. You've thrown that left jab out. Barboza's coming over the top with a 1-2, and that's about the interactions. The height. You're just not offering much at all. I think Kenneth Sims needs to follow that left jab up, work to that body, stop the movement from Arnold Barboza, start ripping to that body, and all of a sudden, as you're coming in, Arnold Barboza is not going to try and counter you as much as he is now. Let us know, guys, in the chat what you think of this fight. Like I said, it's not the most captivating or breathtaking fight. It's two guys that are really not committing to a lot. But Arnold Barboza, what he's committing to, a good left hook there though by Arnold Barboza. I think Arnold Barboza's best work in this fight has been that body work, and I'd like to see him go back to ripping that left. Although there's two good combinations there from Arnold Barboza, getting a few punches through that high guard of Kenneth Sims. And Kenneth Sims, the longer this fight's going, he's losing that foot battle. He's not on the front foot. Not a good look so far for Kenneth Sims in a fight that I believe is a very, very important fight for both of them to win. You know, if you're in the corner of Kenneth Sims, you've got to tell him to get his ass into gear and actually start committing to some of these punches, start trying to hurt Arnold Barboza, offering just a little bit more than what you are so far in this fight, because Arnold Barboza, another 3 minutes is about to go by here. Arnold Barboza hasn't done anything spectacular. He's landed a few good a good counter there. Right got through onto Kenneth Sims' chin. But like I said, Arnold Barboza not doing anything breathtaking. 30 seconds left of round number 6, and you could very easily argue that Kenneth Sims has not won a round up until this point. And what's worse than the fact that he's possibly not won a round up until this point is 6 rounds have gone past, and I don't believe Kenneth Sims has anywhere near the power to knock out Arnold Barboza. But that was the best right hand he's landed all night, right on the chin of Arnold Barboza. And Arnold Barboza returns, chasing him down, landing bigger shots. And I just don't know how you can give that round to Kenneth Sims off the back of one right hand that lands. I think the better work overall was done by Arnold Barboza, and for that reason, got to give him the round. Let me know, guys, in the chat what you guys think of this fight. It's not the most enthralling, I'll be honest. It is quite a bland fight. To be honest, this is my second watch along on this channel. The first one was Optai versus Glanton last weekend, and that one wasn't a barnstormer either. This one here, yeah, it's Barboza's doing the better work, but it's not the most engaging of fights you're ever going to see. And I think it's reliant on what Kenneth Sims is doing, because Barboza Jr. comfortably winning 5, if not 6 rounds so far, without having to commit, without having to put himself in danger, without having to overcommit with activity or punches. He's just winning the rounds comfortably. Good right hand there from Barboza, and all of a sudden, Kenneth Sims is no longer on the front foot, and Arnold Barboza is rolling in confidence on the front foot, landing 1, 2s, and 3s, like without any harm coming back. Good right hand there by Arnold Barboza, but Kenneth Sims returns serve as well. He's looking good on the front foot, Arnold Barboza, walking him down, landing good combinations, and like that there, a simple 1-2, both of which got through. Kenneth Sims tries to counter, but Arnold Barboza is just landing the bigger shots. He's the quicker fighter in this fight. All right, Kenneth Sims has switched stances. He's trying everything here, but he's just been dominated. He's been walked down. He's been beaten to every single punch in all interactions in this fight. And Arnold Barboza, he's looking confident. He's having fun out there. The guard's down completely now from Arnold Barboza. He's just feeling it. And we all know that Arnold Barboza has a good performance in him, and we expected to see this type of Arnold Barboza when he took on Teofimo Lopez. Whether that was a weight issue, now he's moved up, and we're seeing a better Arnold Barboza, I'm not sure. But 1 minute left of round 7, and it's hard to say that Kenneth Sims has won more than 1, maybe 2 rounds in this fight, depending on how you scored the first one, depending on how you scored the 6th one. But the bulk of the work has been Arnold Barboza. Kenneth Sims no longer on the front foot, has no longer got in generalship. It's Arnold Barboza setting the pace, landing the punches, being the quicker fighter. The crowd's not happy with this fight, and I can understand why. It is a very bland fight. Um, Typical. The fight I decided to do a watch along for isn't a barnstormer. Good combination there by Arnold Barboza. Arnold Barboza, he's looking very good on the front foot, and it's not often in any Barboza fight that we actually see him on the front foot. Kenneth Sims, though, needs to, whilst Barboza is confident, throw in a little bit more riskier punch, actually counter him, actually land a big uppercut, a big hook, something to reverse the tide in this fight. Fuck, I've got to start timer again, eh? Over. It is surprising because I haven't seen so far one punch in this fight that I would say, wow, Arnold Barboza looks like he's really hurt Kenneth Sims to the body or to the head. So for Kenneth Sims to just happily now be on the back foot, uh, Kenneth Sims just doesn't look like he knows what to do. And Barboza's looking confident. He's, taunting him a little bit. This is your opportunity to try and land that big counter, try and wing this tide, whether it's an uppercut, whether it's a hook, whether it's a counter, something to say, this fight's not going to be easy. We got another 5, 6 rounds left of this fight. Let me capitalize on the back end of this fight. Maybe I can get a draw. Maybe I can eke out a decision by 1 point, a split decision. We've seen poor judging calls so far, but you can see by my scorecard that going to have to be something special here from Sims Jr. to get a win in this fight, the way that the fight's been going. Arnold Barboza, obviously, I think his corner must have told him something because he's back on the back foot, allowing Kenneth Sims to hold the center of the ring and counters. Just the pace of the activity from Arnold Barboza, Kenneth Sims just not able to match it. Like somebody in Kenneth Sims' corner needs to tell him, like this is the fight. What are we waiting around for from Kenneth Sims here? Everybody knew coming into this fight that the winner of this fight needs it. All right, you can't afford to go out here and have a poor performance and lose the fight. And so far, Arnold Barboza Jr. hasn't had a great performance tonight, but he's going to get the win, and that's all that matters. I'll win tonight. I'll look good next time. Whereas Kenneth Sim is not going to win tonight, and he's probably not going to look good either. Arnold Barboza, he's just feeling it. Front foot, back foot, and he's able to couple up every combination, 3 and 4s, whereas Kenneth Sims is just it's lackluster. He's thrown this right overhand a few times, missed every single time. The jab gets thrown out there with absolutely no snap whatsoever, and it's an overall poor performance by Kenneth Sims. Arnold Barboza doing nothing extraordinary, but he's going to walk himself to a 118, a 117 type scorecard, if not more, without any risk. Sims looks fucking lost. You know what? You know what he's missing in this fight? Any sort of emotion, any sort of want, any sort of desire, any sort of hunger to come out here and have a good performance. He looks content with his performance so far. He looks like he's going to be content on his way to a loss to an Arnold Barboza that much improved from the Teofimo Lopez performance, but I wouldn't say this Arnold Barboza Jr., this model of him beats Teofimo Lopez. It hasn't been that good of a performance, but Just poor from Kenneth Sims, man. I expected this fight to be a bit of a barn burner because I thought, you know what, both of these guys will win today. Reset this time. Well, what fucking round are we in here? Round 9. Yes? I can't remember if I added a round here or not. We'll find out. Do let me know if there is any problems going on in the stream. Mic issues, camera issues. This is the second stream on the channel, so we're gonna get better at it. And like, has there been a round here where they've shown the highlights and we've seen anything from Kenneth Sims Jr.? Because to be honest with you, I've seen fuck all. Sweet fuck all. Here we are, round 9. I'm just a little bit. Kenneth Sims hasn't dominated shit tonight. Kenneth Sims has looked awful. He's looked average. He looks like he doesn't really care whether he wins or loses. Despite Arnold Barboza has come out, very clear game plan, and is executing it perfectly. Happy on the back foot, countering perfectly, and then getting out of the pocket. Kenneth Sims, I expected to. Oh, that was better from Kenneth Sims, but Barboza did walk onto that left. When this fight gets messy and Arnold Barboza is throwing his hands and throwing combinations, Kenneth Sims is close enough. It's the best he looks all night. And I just think get in closer, make it a little bit messier, and let your hands fly, because what are you waiting for? There's 3 rounds left of this fight, and you're well and truly behind on scorecards by an absolute mile. What the judges have, I'm not sure, but you can see by my one how far I've got him behind. Barboza is so comfortable on the back foot, countering anything that Kenneth Sims throws. Oh, great left hook there from Barboza to the body, and it's been his best punch all night by a mile. And then walks Kenneth Sims back. They're not even big power punches. They're, you know, reaching at the most, but I will say, look, Arnold Barboza, much improved from the last outing, but better opponent tonight. He doesn't have it as easy as he's had it so far. Right, this has been lackluster to say the least from Kenneth Sims, and it is disappointing because I expected him to come out with a little bit more hunger, a little bit more desire. Like, we've got 3 rounds left here. Does anybody believe in 9 minutes here, from what we've seen so far, that Kenneth Sims can change this tide in any way, shape, or form? It is going to be close to a shutout victory from Arnold Barboza. And, you know, talking points, good performance by Arnold Barboza. Clear game plan. Execution, perfect from what his game plan was. Kenneth Sims, no hunger, no desire, no activity, and lost. Lost comfortably. Didn't even look willing to risk it to get a win. So it is a shame. The crowd not happy either with this fight, and I can understand why. They were sold a barn burner here. They haven't got it. Oh, what do we think, guys? Another 10-9. Not even close. 3 rounds left here. All right, apologies, guys. But we have started the 10th round. Let me just start the timer. All right, 3 rounds here for Kenneth Sims to pull something out of his ass and somehow, by some miracle, get a knockout. Not going to happen. Let's be honest here. We're not fucking delusional here. It is over for Kenneth Sims, and it's been. I just wanted to see something. Obviously, somebody had to lose this fight, right? They can't both win it. But offer something. Come on, what are you doing? $543 punches to 280 odd in favor of Arnold Barboza, and I think that just sums up this fight because look, Arnold Barboza has looked good, but Kenneth Sims has just refused to let his hand fly, has refused to risk losing this fight to win it, and at this point, that's what you got to do, man. And Arnold Barboza, the quicker fighter, the better fighter tonight. Been a great performance by Arnold Barboza. Hasn't had to risk getting hit, been able to competitively outwork Kenneth Sims, right on the back foot. A few rounds he was on the front foot. He'd worked as there. Let's be honest. Kenneth Sims not going to do anything in this fight. Yeah, he hasn't done anything over 10 rounds. He's not going to do anything in the last two. 30 seconds left of round 10. Been a competitive round. Could argue who won it. Oh, another round. Barboza Jr. all over him. 2 rounds left, guys. Do we think that's the difference in this fight for Barboza? It's just the weight thing. Was he simply just fighting at the wrong weight against Teofimo Lopez? He looks good. Doesn't look small in this weight class. Looks big, filled out nicely, and is dominating. Well, dominating is a strong word, but when you barely dropped around, there's not a lot of other words for it. It's been competitive at points, but Arnold Barboza has won basically each and every round, bar one, maybe two, depending on how you scored probably this round, and the first round. Because I gave him the first round, I didn't even give him the round. Like Kenneth Sims' performance tonight is almost Barboza's performance against Teo. That's how you would compare it. Oh, great combination there by Arnold Barboza, and he's landing ones, twos, and threes, and then bang, straight out of the pocket. Great uppercut there by Arnold Barboza, gets straight through. It's been a complete performance by Barboza. He's looked good in defense. He's looked good in attack. He's landed his combinations. Been able to fight on the back foot. He's been able to fight on the front foot. And clash our heads here, so we're gonna have to take a moment. Pause the clock. Is there a cut on his head? I can't see. They're not showing a great camera angle. There might be a cut or a bump on the forehead of Arnold Barboza. I think the referee is saying that there is a slight cut on the forehead of Barboza. Accidental headbutt. Like, can Sims capitalize on the fact that Barboza's head is now bleeding? It's about the hairline, blood streaming down the right side of his face. Kenneth, oh, great right hand right on the chin from Arnold Barboza, and it looked like it buckled him. Hands flying now. Minute left of round 11, and finally it has livened up. Both of them exchanging big punches. Kenneth Sims leaving nothing in the gas tank. Arnold Barboza responding as well. Great three combination there from Arnold Barboza. Barboza's face covered in blood from that cut on his forehead or hairline. Another three-punch combination there from Arnold Barboza. 30 seconds left of the round. Kenneth Sims, there was at least some livelihood to him. There was some sort of want, some desire in this round that we haven't seen for most of this fight. But are we saying it's enough to win this round? For me, it's close. One of the closer rounds, but not for me. few seconds left of the round. All right, round 12, and it's going to have to be a knockout if Kenneth Sims has any hope in hell of winning this fight. He doesn't. All right, the fight is over. The fight is finished. Probably a few rounds here and there that you could probably say competitive. Round 11, round 6, round 1 are probably the three competitive rounds, depending on how you scored them. I gave Kenneth Sims the first round because neither of which did much in the first round. Round 6 was very close, and round 11 was very close, but I just don't know whether Kenneth Sims has done enough in any of those rounds to really state that, yeah, I won this round, like, is my round. Whereas Arnold Barboza, for most of this fight, I said, no, I'm doing the more work, I'm doing the better work, I'm landing the bigger shots, and it's been a competent and good performance by Barboza. It's been lackluster from Kenneth Sims, which is a shame. All right, final 3 minutes. Let me start the timer. Apologies. We're a bit ahead there. All right. A great right hand there by Arnold Barboza. He's so confident in the fight. And the punches are coming out so quick from Arnold Barboza in this fight. It's something that I didn't really see from him as a super lightweight. He never was that electric fighter. Tonight, I don't know whether it's a weight thing, but he's looked quicker than what he has previously. 40 seconds gone of round 12. Kenneth Sims knowing he's well behind. Stump his all. Remember, guys, as soon as this fight is done, I'm going to be doing a pre-recorded video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. It's coming out straight after this. If you are new, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. Arnold Barboza so confident in his performance today, and you know what? I guess the one thing you could say about Barboza was he didn't light it on fire tonight, which is going to hurt his future calls for another fight. But Kenneth Sims land one big shot, Arnold Barboza lands 4 or 5 in response, and that's the problem with this fight is Arnold Barboza more activity. I'd love to see the punch stats at the end of the fight because they're going to be lopsided to say the least. Minute left of the round, just a little bit more than that, but I'm not sure what fight Barboza gets after this. Um, I think he's still one fight away from a big one. I think he's one fight away from a big one, but I mean, there's another golden boy that was just fighting today in Alexis Roja that I think you know what find that fight right now because I didn't think Roja was unbelievable against Jojo Diaz. I actually thought he was quite stale in that fight, but Arnold Barboza great better performance in this fight, but I think that's the fight for me. Right, 30 seconds left to the round. Kenneth Sims, another loss to him. Great performance by Arnold Barboza Jr. I've maybe a little bit more lopsided than what the judges are going to have it. I have it 119 to 109. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this fight. Yeah. Credit to Barboza because a lot of question marks after that performance against Teo. To come out and perform like he did today, so competently, yeah, you deserve that, eh? All right, final. Not a great scorecard, as you guys can see up there. I have it 119 to 109 in favor of Arnold Barboza Jr. I think rounds 12, 11, 6, and 1 were competitive. I don't believe Arnold Barboza dropped more than one, but you know what? If somebody gave Sims a few, I wouldn't have any complaints either because they weren't dominant rounds by Arnold Barboza Jr. Like 119 to 109 looks like it was a complete shutout. It was that sort of performance that Shakur did against Teo or the performance Garcia did against Barrios. It wasn't like that. There was competitive rounds. Arnold Barboza was just doing enough in every single round to outwork and beat Kenneth Sims Jr. over the course of 12 rounds competently and get a win that really was no risk at all to Arnold Barboza, which is a shame if you are Kenneth Sims or a Kenneth Sims fan because it was a great performance tonight. I'm interested to see what the judges have this written down as. I have it 119, 109. I think 119, 109, 118, you know, that sort of area. You could maybe say 117 for Barboza, but 3 rounds at most he could have dropped in that fight. I think he dropped one. It was a great performance, man. It was a liquid performance. You know, after about round 6, he got very, very confident. It was dominant. It was a one-sided affair. wasn't it wasn't a fight that you're going to go back and watch over and over again. But if you're Arnold Barboza, an Arnold Barboza camp, Arnold Barboza fan, you're going to be very, very happy with that performance today because you've shown that you are competitive at welterweight. You've shown that you're going to get another big fight after this. I don't think it's going to be a massive fight, but all right, next week's action: Adames versus Williams. I am going to try and get a watch along done for that. I'm not going to promise it because, like I said, I don't always get the time to do it. But we will see. We'll see. After this video, please do go check out the reaction video. It's going to be live as soon as this is done. All right, official decision, guys. I think we all know how this is going to go, but 117, 111, 118, 110, and 120, 108, all in favor. Unanimous decision victory for Arnold Barboza Jr. No surprises there. Great performance there by Arnold Barboza Jr. If he can back this up, another good welterweight victory. Like I said, Alexis Rocha fought today. I think get that fight done. You beat Alexa Rocha, and look, Alexa Rocha isn't the top of the bill, all right? But great performance there. All right, I'm going to go and make a reaction video. So if you are new, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for that video. A great unanimous decision victory for Arnold Barboza Jr. I don't think there could be any question marks about the decision. Like I said, there was 3, maybe 4 swing rounds there. I only gave Kenneth Sims one of them. Very, very complete performance by Arnold Barboza Jr. All right, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for the